Fellow Kenyans, you saw when William Ruto said that he was going to convene 12,500 aspirants in Statehouse, and actually you end up seeing him actually convening them in Statehouse so that he can prove he has numbers. The second thing, please, listen to me carefully. I want to explain to you why William Ruto stands disqualified to run for 2027 presidential election should Iebc be Iebc, meaning the word I, independent. Is Iebc independent? So when you see those numbers happening there yesterday, as I was taking a drive from the media houses I was passing, then I cut through Lavington. There's a border stage which we have named Must Go. That border station named Must Go, there were 3 people who attended that meeting in State House, and he told me that they actually paid to attend that meeting. I have run for election trying to get an MP seat for Kenya when Raila Odinga was the party leader for ODM. To get a meeting with the party leader is not something that someone can pay you to go. In fact, they don't offer themselves in public to be met such easily. Sometimes people pay money to see party leaders. How is this on William Ruto very cheap? It means that the way it is very easy for these aspirants to meet with the president in State House, the same way it is a scam. Secondly, I must tell you, William Ruto stands disqualified from running for president in 2027, and this is why. In Iebc and electoral rolls, it is Iebc that must come with the electoral timetable on when campaigns should begin. And Kenyans know campaign has begun. Some people are asking me, when is LDP beginning to campaign? No, LDP is a law-abiding. LDP currently is just talking to Kenyans, but not doing campaigns. We will follow the Iebc timetable for campaigns. When campaigns come, we shall follow that temple. But for now, we are just talking to people. But William Ruto stands disqualified because Iebc has not gazetted the timetable for campaigns. Early campaign signs are very clear. Like now, William Ruto used the 2022 electoral season. When he was deputy president, he began campaigning immediately after the second term began by coming up with a strategy that they have fallen out with Uhuru Kenyatta. And he was using his presidential deputy president's residence in Karen to campaign throughout. He never worked. He earned money. He enjoyed that office without ever working because he was saying he was in opposition and Raila Odinga and Uhuru who are spoiling government. He said that this Raila and Ruto who spoiled government. He was not in government. Yet he was earning money as deputy president. He was living deputy president's residence. Now he's in State House and he's trying to lecture us by saying that he's trying to fix the messes that Uhuru Kenyatta created and Raila Odinga created. But now he has again ODM with him in government, the master of all contradictions and lies. He is the master. But let me tell you what, he can't lie to Kenyans now. So Iebc should disqualify William Ruto on the basis that he is doing early campaigns. Kindiki is now spending 344 million shillings in helicopters to campaign. Yet he's in the deputy president's office and delivering nothing there. We also know that Nyota Fund is money which was donated by World Bank to help to spur businesses in Kenya. Now that money is being used for campaigns to hoodwink people, giving people handouts pretending they're starting companies. It's impossible that those are companies in Kenya, because if those are number of companies and businesses where Nyota Fund is going, there will be no unemployed person in Kenya. William Ruto is a master of lies and deceit. That is why William Ruto is like a husband mwenye yeye amekopesha pesa mingi sana, ndio maana Kenya iko na deni ya 14 trillion. Baada hiyo, the same husband ameongezewa mshahara kwa sababu sasa hii ana collect more taxes from KRA more than else. He has raised all the taxes, so he's making a lot of money by taxes. The same husband ni mtu ambaye hakuna bila analipa, nywele ya watoto, nywele ya bibi, driver, mfanyikazi kwa nyumba, mwenye anampatia mboga na nini, halipwi. Pending bills ndizo hizo, pending wages ndizo hizo. The same bwana ni bwana yeye anauza TV, anauza microwave, anauza sijui fridges, na hizi pesa bibi haoni, watoto haoni. Hiyo ndio William Ruto for you. Sasa mbona anauza masafari koma parastatal hizo zote anauza? Anazipeleka wapi? Ndio maana shule hakuna, healthcare haifanyi kazi. Ukienda mambo ya tuseme food security hakuna, cost of living imepanda, gharama ya maisha imepanda, hakuna pesa mfuko ya Kenya, pesa iko tu kwa mfuko yake, ndio maana kila mtu lazima aende kwake apokee pesa. Hakuna mtu akona pesa mfukoni kwake. Kwa hivyo must go, has to go. He is going and he is gone. In Jesus' name, must go. Fellow Kenyans, I want to talk to you about the fact that the loss of Baba Raila Odinga is not the biggest loss ODM has, but losing vision is the biggest loss that ODM has, just not losing Baba, because so many parties have lost their party leaders, but they remained in existence just because they have not the vision. A vision is the party's reason for existence. A party is formed to solve a historical problem. When that founding mission fades, the party becomes a shell. Without a vision, voters migrate to meaning, not logos. Voters migrate towards meaning, not logos. Citizens don't remain loyal to a party because it has colors. They follow hope, they follow economic promise, they follow identity protection or reform energy. If another movement carries clearer answers, supporters quickly defect to that movement, and that's why LDP is going to become one of the biggest gainers of the lack of leadership taking place. The second thing which makes vision important, that leadership turns transactional without vision. In a visionless party, positions replace purpose, deals replace ideology, survival replaces service. Leaders compete for proximity to power, not delivery to citizens. And that's why ODM has gone into UDA, because they want proximity to power, but not delivery to citizens. The third thing is that messaging becomes reactive, not prophetic when there's no vision. Visionary parties like LDP set national agenda. Dead parties react to, one, you'll see, press statements instead of policy, outrage instead of programs, criticism without offering alternative. They could even oppose government, but cannot imagine governing. And that's why ODM has said through Burodinga that the ODM do not want to form government. ODM do not want the presidency. They do not want deputy president, but they want to support William Ruto. Why this is a dangerous statement is a party is formed. The reason why a party is formed is to take power and to take control of power. But if a party is formed to support an individual, then it has ceased to become a political party. Because in that thing, what happens that youth disengagement accelerates and collapses. Young voters normally seek innovation, just like now Gen Zs. They seek digital economy pathways. They seek mobility, social mobility to grow their economic mobility, social mobility, and also youth seeks inclusion into political parties. And that's why LDP is very clear about the fact that they won't talk about youth wing, but they bring the youth to be the epicenter of the operations. A party stuck on liberation era, all patronage politics loses generational relevance, and that's what LDP is very keen. The fifth thing is that without a vision, internal fractures widen. Vision is a glue. Without it, factions emerge, regional barons rise, coalitions exits increase. The party becomes an election vehicle, not an institution when it has no vision. The six things that without a vision, fundraising dries up. Donors invest in winnability. Now, ODM says they don't want the presidency, they don't want deputy presidency. How can donors invest in such a party? Also, there is no policy direction and there's no stability. A party without ideological clarity appears risky and temporary. The seventh thing that happens to a party without a vision is that policy bench erodes. Think tanks, intellectuals, and technocrats drift away because they feel threatened And even the people who lead, they are getting threatened by the technocrats that are there. That's why LDP puts technocrats at its epicenter. Ideas are ignored from technocrats when a party has no vision. Strategy becomes absent. Leadership is personality driven. That means that a party loses a governing capacity. The eighth thing to a party without vision is that it becomes hostage to nostalgia. Dead parties campaign on past history. We are big party. They actually campaign on liberation history, all victories, but they don't want to talk about the victories of today and tomorrow. But what I ask, what about tomorrow? Does ODM have an answer to what about tomorrow? The ninth thing is that happens to a party without a vision is that power brokers defect last, but decisively. Elites tolerate drift while access to state power remains possible. Just like now, the elite in ODM, they remain really supporting this thing because they know government trappings are there. Once they sense permanent opposition, they exit, often triggering final collapse, and this is what will happen to ODM. Lastly, the tenth thing that happens to a party without a vision that the political reality hits them, which is the fact that a visionless party may still win a few seats, just like ODM will win a few seats. ODM may control some regions, but also they might command some media noise like you hear, but it stops being a national project. It becomes a lobby platform, not a governing alternative. So these are the signs that a party is politically dead. The first thing is that no clear economic model. Which one does ODM have? You can tell me. LDP have evolved as an economic prototype. No succession pipeline. There's a battle between how the old should hold on and ignore the new that needs to come in. The third thing is that a party that is looking to be politically dead relies on one aging figure. Like Oburudinga is one aging figure that is controlling ODM rather than giving room to the new blood that should breathe in ODM. The fourth thing is coalition dependency. They have to have a coalition to survive because they can't survive on their own. Then there's a decline in youth support. And lastly, they have policy irrelevance. If you listen to me and you can talk to someone in ODM, tell them that LDP has already replaced them and LDP will be the biggest beneficiary if this fell out. God bless you. God bless Kenya.